Okay guys, so if you are not allowed to wear makeup to school, or you are but you just want to rock a very minimal, lightweight makeup look, then please stay tuned and keep watching to see how I create this no makeup look. Oh, and by the way, all the products will be listed in the description box below.
In Malibu, next to you. In Malibu.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I was in a public school, and like most public schools in South Africa, you're not allowed to wear makeup to school, even though we all did it. So I just quickly want to say, if any of my teachers are watching this, I'm so sorry for breaking the rules my entire high school career. So this video I'm going to divide into two parts. The first part is going to be on if you are not allowed to wear makeup to school, how you can get away with it the way I did. And then the second part is going to be on how you can build on that first makeup look to make it just a very pretty, put together, lightweight makeup. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first few things that I already did off camera is I used this Avon Nutra Effects Miracle Glow lightweight facial oil, and this is very nice. It's very hydrating, perfect to start off with before your makeup. Then I just used some, it's sort of like a primer slash setting spray, a DIY that I did. I will make a video on this, how I made this. And then I also used the Maybelline Babyskin pore eraser, just in the areas where I have the most pores, and also to make sure that the makeup that we use lasts all through the school day. So when I used to get ready for school, the only things that I would do makeup wise is basically concealer and brows. And if it was like a very special day like photo day, I might throw on mascara, but for the normal everyday it was literally just concealer and brows. So what I'm going to use today for concealer is this Essence Camouflage Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 05 Avery. This is extremely full coverage and very brightening. I picked it up about a few weeks ago and I've been using it every day and works very well. Now I have to say, you don't get a lot of product out of this little tube. It does look quite large, but it's actually only 5 mils, so it's already starting to get very rare on the applicator. But I'm just going to take this underneath my eyes just to conceal those dark under eye circles, because when you're studying for finals you don't sleep. And then just on any sort of blemishes, spots, things that I would like to conceal. And sorry for the lighting guys, it is extremely cloudy outside, and as you guys will know, I only use like my big window in which I'm sitting in front now, and it's very cloudy and rainy, so the light changes constantly. But I hope you guys can actually see what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna buff that in with a sponge. Taking a bit of that onto the eyelid. And then because I'm not extremely oily, my skin is actually quite normal. It's not extremely dry or extremely oily, but it does tend to get a bit oily around my mouth through the day, and I also like to set underneath my eyes just for that concealer to make sure it doesn't crease. So I'm just using some powder from Essence. Just going to set lightly underneath my eyes, not that it looks cakey or anything, just to make sure that the concealer doesn't crease, just in this little triangle that I applied it to, and around my mouth. And that's it. Then we're going to move on to the brows. So I like to use this Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara. This one's in the shade Brownie, Soft Brownie Brows. I know there's one for blondie brows and for brownie brows. This one, even though it is the last shade, shade 3, this is actually one in between the blonde and the brown, and it works perfectly for me, because the darker one is just that little bit too dark where I have to be very careful on how I apply it, and the blonde one is too light, it doesn't give me enough definition. So I love using this one that's in between, and it's very quick and easy and it looks fairly natural. So I'm just going to take some of that and start brushing it through the brows, trying to give it not an arch but a little bit more of a shape in how I brush the hairs, making sure that it goes up and then down at the tail. And then to finish it off, you can actually just throw on any type of lip balm, anything, just to make your lips look a bit more plump and to make sure that they don't dry out and crack, because that's attractive. That is it for my everyday makeup. When I was in school, I know it looks very weird without mascara and my eyes look very closed, but it gets clumpy and there's like fallout underneath your eyes or it smudges, and then it's just as obvious as anything, so I usually skipped on the mascara. This is basically how I went to school. And then I would bubble my hair a bit more and pull out some, okay, just like straighten them because they're fairly curly now because of the weather, but then have them straight and just have like bubbles and pieces like falling out everywhere. You know, that was the cool boho, don't give a shit type of look that we all went for. So this is how I went to school basically every day. But let's move on to phase 2. So now, if you are allowed to wear makeup to school, I would say that you are very lucky, and I'm very jealous that you got to have 5 years of high school with makeup. So if you had a bad skin day, you could actually cover it up. But I didn't anyway, like, I don't care. But I'm gonna show you guys now how you can transform this basic not allowed to wear makeup look into a I am allowed to wear makeup look, but I just don't want to, actually. So the only few ways that I would like build on this look is throw on a few cream products, and I have this cream stick. It's a cream blush and highlighter duo from Avon, and it has a very beautiful blush shade. As you guys can see there, it's just very like mauvey and not very pink and like sharp and bright. So I would just use a little bit of this on the apples and then work it back and try to blend it in as like so that it looks as natural as possible. So as you guys can see there, there's just the stripe. I just take my little sponge and blend that back to give your face a little bit of a flush and color. So then if you are feeling very glowy, you can go in with a highlighter just on the high points, and I just blend that in with my finger. Then I take some of that onto my nose, Cupid's bow, and then I would actually go in with some of that onto my eyelid as well, and inner corners, all the way up to the brow bone, you know, just to make it look very glowy and fresh. Last but not least, the one thing that's really going to transform this look, and it would be a lot more comfortable to look at my face, is with a bit of mascara. So I would suggest to go in with a very light and not too dark mascara, like very lightweight, not clumpy and thick and very lengthening, just something that is going to give it a bit more definition. And my favorite for that is the Benefit Roller Lash. I know I use this in everything, but all my other mascaras are very black and clumpy and very dramatic, and this just gives it a nice curl and a little bit of color, just enough to make it look a bit more, just make your eyes look a bit more open and fresh and awake. And as usual, only on my top lashes, because I feel like putting mascara on my lower lashes makes it look a bit more dramatic and fake. Now I know because of the lighting you can't really see it that well, but look at the difference it makes with just one coat of mascara on your top lashes, I mean. And then to top it all off is just a bit of beautiful, nice pink nude lipstick. This is my all-time favorite lipstick. It's from Clinique in the shade number 4 Beige Pop, and it's just this beautiful pink shade. Do you look at that? It's just beautifully nude and pink, and not very like overly pigmented and not very sheer. It's like the perfect in between, and it's creamy and it looks good and it lasts. look at that beautiful color. I'm obsessed. And then just to make sure everything stays all day and just to make sure the skin looks extra dewy, just gonna go in again with that setting slash primer makeup spray. I love that feeling. So this is my version of a no makeup look. I think it looks very neat and put together. It's still pretty, it's still very natural and pretty, and you can wear this whenever, whatever you are doing, if it is school or just any other occasion. This would work perfectly. So that is it for the video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Leave me some comments, tell me what you think about this look and if you are allowed to wear makeup or not, and what makeup you usually wear to school, and I will see you guys in my next video. Cheers!